So on your graffiti wall, we're adding our final section, which is the poison dart frog. What are we adding?
Poison dart frog.
As I read today, I do expect you to be writing down information that you come across that's new. So I'll make sure to kind of slow it down a little bit and have some pausing points for you to write. But as I read, you're writing down information that's about the poison dart frog, okay? As I go through, too, think about what might be different from the tree frog. What might be the same as the tree frog, but write down that information that you learn about the poison dart frog. This actually comes from chapter 9 of our reader, the poison dart frog. You don't need to have it out. I will have it out. We'll focus mostly on the picture for you. Sound good? So your focus mostly is the picture. You're listening to the reading and writing down information. Does it have to be spelled 100% perfect?
No.
No. Okay. The poison dart frog. A poison dart frog lives in the rainforest of South America. Wow, I already saw pupils' pencils jump down to their papers. The poison dart frog lives in the rainforest of South America. It is a tiny frog. It is only about 1.5 inches long. That's little, isn't it? 1.5 inches. We had our rulers out earlier. That's only like this big.
Oh my god.
It's like the size of your nose.
What?
It is cute, but it would be a mistake to pet this frog. Frogs like this one secrete poison. Remember when we talked about secrete, it means it's coming out of its skin. That means the poison seeps out from its skin. More things you could write down?
What was the second thing that you said?
You need to be listening. Some poison dart frogs secrete a mild poison. Others secrete a poison that is strong enough to kill humans. So its poison could be pretty mild, but it could also
Kill humans.
Yeah. So just in general, should you touch a frog, a poisonous frog?
No.
Now, good thing do they live where we live?
No.
No, we know that they live in rainforest in South America. Good. The native people of South America collected poison from this kind of frog. They dipped darts into the poison. Then they used blowguns to fire poison darts at their enemies. This is why the frogs have been called poison dart frogs. Gives you a little background on their name, right? I know it's lots of writing today, but it's quick information. You don't need complete sentences, just quick information. Keep filling out as we go. Many poison dart frogs are brightly colored. Did we learn that earlier?
Yeah.
You might think this would be a dangerous trait. After all, many animals are camouflaged. Their camouflage helps them hide from predators. Why, then, would an animal be brightly colored? Camouflage helps a predator or an animal hide, so why would one want to be so bright and obnoxious? Turn to your neighbor. What do you predict? Why do you think? Three, two, one. So why would an animal not have the characteristic of camouflage? Brock, what do you think?
Maybe because it's right there and bright.
So maybe it is more camouflage to its environment. Good prediction, Brock. Griffin.
It might not really matter because animals can still touch it and die.
Yeah, isn't that a good one? So if an animal gets to it, poison would kill it, right? Good. We're going to finish reading this page. And why then would an animal be brightly colored? Why would it stand out? Wouldn't that make it easier for predators to spot? Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's what Griffin's thinking, right? And this right here is an example of what text feature? What text feature?
Picture caption.
And our caption says sapphire blue species of the poison dart frog. Go ahead and take a moment. We're going to do a pause point. Take a moment to add any information to your chart that you can. So to continue reading, we'll figure this out. Scientists think that it's precisely the point. They have noted that many poisonous animals are brightly colored. They think the color serves as a warning sign. It tells the other animals, watch out, you don't want to eat me, I will poison you. So kind of what we thought, right? That maybe that poison, they are brightly colored to maybe even attract the animal or be like, hey, I warn you, don't eat me because I will hurt you. Poison dart frogs are amphibians. Did we kind of already predict that?
Yeah.
They're a frog. That means they live in water and on land. I moved your desk on purpose, my dear. Poison dart frogs lay eggs. Did we also anticipate that?
Yes.
The female lay the eggs in a moist spot. Then the male fertilizes the eggs. Eventually, tadpoles hatch out of the fertilized eggs. Amphibians lay a lot of eggs and leave the young to fend for themselves. And that's kind of what we learned about which animal?
No.
The toad, right? Poison dart frogs are not like that. They are dedicated parents. The adult frogs carry their newly hatched tadpoles up onto the canopy or the tops of the trees above the rainforest. They carry the baby tadpoles on their backs, one at a time. The parents secrete sticky mucus. This sticky mucus keeps the tadpole from falling off.
Martin?
Yes?
Hey, would you send Ray Hicks?
Yes, I will.
Leaving now. Thank you.
Don't forget your homework folder, sweetie.
Bye, Ray. Bye.
Oh, the sticky mucus keeps the tadpole from falling off the parents' backs during the climb up to the canopy. So I want you to think, how is that care for the animal different from other things you've read so far about amphibians? Turn and share. Leave it. Have a great afternoon, Ray.
Care for the babies like that. Care for the eggs and other
Mask on, Coop.
lay their eggs, and then all they do is just leave. And they don't really care. They're like, let's go see some other.
3, 2, 1. So is that something you could add to your chart about the poison dart frogs too?
Yes.
They actually care for their young, don't they? They take their tadpoles and they bring them up to the trees with them, which is different. We read about the toads. They laid their eggs and they left. As far as we know, the tree frogs did as well, right? This one is a very different situation. Now, Cooper asked the question earlier. I'll just do it quick so this gets it. If this frog is poisonous and this frog is poisonous, why are they able to touch? Good question. I don't know. I was hoping we'd find out in our text, but even reading the caption, poison dart frogs have brightly colored skin to give off the warning to predators of their toxicity. We don't know why they are able to touch right now, and it's not dead. So we have not yet answered the question yet, Cooper, how that is possible. But it is a great question to be asking. And we are done with our reading for now. So it doesn't look like we are going to answer Cooper's question, but that is okay. So just some quick questions. Where can we find the poison dart frog? Thank you, sweetie. Where can we find it? Rainforest in South America. Very good. What is something unique about the poison dart frog different from other animals? Charlie.
Because it has poison escaping from their skin.
It does. And you know what? I teased you. I thought there was one more page, and there is. So we will read it. For many species, the mothers do much of the child care. Okay, so that's a lot of them. My son likes to look in books, and he says, that's the mom, or that's the dad, and he'll ask where the other one is. And so many times I'm like, and not all animals, the dad is taking care. It's a mother's job. but this one's different. This is not true of the poison dart frogs. Mothers and fathers both take care of their young. That's kind of cool, right? More like humans. Moms and dads both carry the tadpoles up into the canopies. More things you could be adding to your graffiti wall? Yeah, so much information about them. Who's carrying the canning pole? The fact that they're being carried up the canopy wall. The parents deposit the tadpoles into small pools of water that form in plants at the top of the canopy. The tadpoles live in these pools for a while. They breathe underwater using, what do you think? Gills. They eat tiny animals that live in the water. If there is not enough food, the mother or father or the mother may lay eggs in the pool, and the tadpoles eat the eggs. But that's not a problem, is it? Because they're not fertilized eggs. They're not eggs that we're going to turn into tadpoles. It's just eggs mothers laying. It's like a chicken that lays an eggs before it's fertilized. We just eat them. They can't ever turn into a chick. Eventually, the tadpoles experience a metamorphosis or change. They grow legs. They develop lungs. They change into frogs. And once this happens, they're ready to leave the water. The habitat of the poison dart frog is under threat. It is threatened by logging and by farming. If trees are cut down, these frogs have nowhere to live. In recent years, lots of trees have been cut down in South America. And some people cut them down to sell wood. Some cut them down to set up farms. As a result of this tree cutting, some kinds of poison dart frogs are now endangered. And this one right here is a little bit different color than we've seen so far. This is a strawberry poison dart frog. And he kind of looks like a strawberry, doesn't he?
Yeah, need more orange.
So I want you to take a quick moment, add whatever you can about our poison dart frogs to your graffiti wall. Anything you can put on it, go ahead and add it to the poison dart frog section. Anything you can think of. Take a few minutes to get that filled up and we'll get ready to move on.